Hello, welcome to another video with Paula Anderson, coaching and consulting. I am your instructor, Paula Anderson. But before we get into the topic of this video, I would like to tell you a bit about me. So I have a bachelor's degree in English, bachelor's degree in journalism with an emphasis in public relations. I have a master's degree in journalism and strategic media. I'm on a graduate certificate in leadership. And I have a CPC certification, CPB, and a EC approval training. So this video is going to focus on time management. So I like to start off my videos like just give you a bit of background. So since I've been teaching individuals over the last it's going on 30 years now, I have found that there are some strategies that you have to have trying to study for something. So I'm going to use myself as an example before we get to the video title. So over the last, well, 2021 is when I got my master's degree in journalism. All right, but after that, it took after that to start working with masters of administration development in the process of earning an MBA degree. And it has been challenging because over the last, well, this started in 2022, so I started school, I was going full time, so I was able to focus on my schoolwork. So I did not have any other distractions, and I actually didn't have any other responsibilities. However, I started working a full-time job. And so this full-time job, teaching job, actually prevented me from being able to devote the amount of time that I had been devoting to their program. So needless to say, because of the full-time job, I had to stop the big program. So I put the program on pause until I could figure out what was going to be the best time to actually the program. So the time management aspect of this is that if you feel like that you're doing a whole lot, but not accomplishing those that you set for yourself. So what I have done is I just set the class into one semester so that I can continue to work with what I need to work with. So I want to go over a few things related to time management. So basically, preparing for the so you want to make sure that you have a strong knowledge base. So when I work with individuals, I'm actually teaching them medical coding concepts, guidelines. I'm also giving them opportunity to process information so that you can learn it, so that you can actually have a knowledge base. So my goal as an instructor and as a coach is to provide you with the resources that you need, but also help you to build confidence in becoming a certified professional coach. Now, if you want to determine how are you going to organize yourself. So I am generation X, which means that some things I do from a traditional standpoint. So as far as you need to organize, you need to plan, and you need to set. So you want to have some type of system. So you can have a hard copy calendar, or you can have electronic. So whatever works best for you. You can put it on your phone, that hard copy plan. I'm going to show you my hard copy plan. Just all right. So then you want to develop a system. So developing a system means that how are you going to be able to learn certain topics within a certain period of time? All right. So when are you most productive? Meaning that what are the times of the day that you, in terms of your brain cells, are very are strong? Meaning that you look for information. So for me, I am more productive because after I've rested, my mind is clear, then I'm able to focus. So if I'm going to read information, I'm going to read it in the morning because that's what I'm going to do. Also, I go somewhere where I can focus on that particular thing. So I'm being going to the library. I'm being going to school where there is a lab or a lab where I can just totally focus on what I am there for so that there will be no distractions. And then if you are a creative, so your times may be different. All right, so great people sometimes have different times of the day. So they may not be like the 9 to 5 kind of person. So they may be they get their energy or they get um their juice, so to speak, in the night. All right, so that maybe if you're creative and you want to focus on you know be most creative. Now there are some challenges that you face when it comes to the time management. So what can be email? So if you're always checking your email every single day in terms of every time you get home, you'll be checking. So, you know, the now we have with your email that comes to the phone, so you're always looking. So something that I started doing years ago is well, not years ago, but months ago, I started to cut off my phone between 7 a.m. and 12 p.m. So that meant that I could not get any text messages or I could not get any emails from my to my phone unless it's certain. So I restricted it to certain people who I would want to get in contact with me if they needed to. All right. Another distraction can be social media. So I'm on social media. So like my page, Paula Anderson Coaching Consulting on Facebook as well as LinkedIn. My Instagram is Paula Anderson Coaching Consulting. Now, I use social media for business purposes. I am on there to engage occasionally, so I do post something to show that I am human or to give people access into what I'm doing. But you want to limit the time that you're on social media. So if you're on social media 4 hours a day, then of course you the time to actually work with your school work. So you can make sure that you limit your social media time. And then if you're working from home, you can take home stretch. So I this is considered to be my home office where I record my videos, where I'm doing my teaching on Saturdays. But when I need to go to the physical location of where my workspace is, then I leave and go there. So so that I will not be distracted because when you're at home, then of course you have television on and you can want to go into the kitchen, you may have your family there, so it's kind of difficult for you to kind of focus. So you make sure that you have an area in your house. You have to be at home where there are no distractions. But we find the fact I'm studying for this test. So give me 2 hours and then we'll talk about whatever. All right, so here are some tips that I want to give you. First, you want to read for at least 1 to 2 hours, all right, per day. I have mentioned in another video, my learning styles video, so make sure you go and watch that video, that learning is a process. You cannot learn a concept in 5 minutes, meaning that once you read it for the very first time, you're getting yourself familiar with it, but do you actually know it? So that's one of the reasons why when you're teaching, you have to really have a solid foundation of the knowledge. Now, I recommend when you read get the study guide that you read one chapter per day. Um, and then once you read one chapter per day, then you take the notes, the coordinator notes that I recommended, so that you can actually follow some type of routine and you have a pattern of how you're going to work through trying to pass the certification exam. Now, I said that I was going to show you my calendar. So let me pause this video really quickly and get my calendar so I can show you. All right, so this is my calendar. Now, sometimes I keep an electronic calendar as well because you can see it on your phone. So if you have Google uh, Calendar, you can put your appointments on Google Calendar. If you have Outlook, you can put your appointments on Outlook. But this is just a way for me to plan out what I'm going to do. So for this week, which is going to be the week of March 27th. So what I'm doing is I'm writing down all of my appointments. So Monday, I have designated a time period for me to do marketing. I have a lunch meeting with someone, and then I have an appointment with a business advisor. So I'm plotting out what I'm going to do. Now, when I was, so I've been taking a class this semester as well. So what I would do is on certain days, I will put down that I'm going to study for my MBA program. So for instance, I would study, and it varies, but I will write down MBA, and then I will put down the time frame that I'm going to study for that. All right. And so what you can do is on your calendar, you can write down CPC exam certification study time and then put down the topic. So we'll look at some of the chapters. All right. So this is the study guide. So we'll just look at integumentary system. So you need to know the anatomy and medical terminology. You need to know ICD-10 coding, and then you need to know CPT coding. So I would not try to learn all of that at one time. So I would set a time for me to learn integumentary, give myself maybe a full week in order to focus on it. And so that's all you're going to do for that week. You're going to focus on integumentary. So you'll do the introduction for one sitting, then you do anatomy, medical terminology, and then ICD-10, and then CBT. Now, this is based off of the fact that you already have a foundation. So you're really just doing a review, all right, of these concepts. This is not new knowledge. You already have a knowledge base and you're just building on that knowledge. So stay tuned for more videos from Paula Anderson Coaching Consulting. Be sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure that if you like this video that you share with someone that needs to know it. And I will be back with another video soon. So have a good day and I'll talk to you soon.